just can't stop, won't stop hustling. But I just
Grinders and grindettes, what's happening? This shit got a Black Abstract. You're locked in once again, and I appreciate you for it. Listen, if you're a grinder or a grindette, you need to head over to iamtrill.com and grab your grinders and grindettes shirt. You could get 10% off if you enter the promo code Abstract, and you get a little something off your order. So let's get into it, man. Apparently, the Breakfast Club has some things to say about Kanye in regards to, I guess, just him being Kanye. Apparently, Envy has some choice words specifically. But let's get into it. Let's check it out. All right, so listen, I did a live reaction. YouTube blocked it when I uploaded it, so I had to edit it. So I'm gonna just talk about it. Pretty much it, and I'll post a link in the description if you actually want to see, or you can just go to the Breakfast Club page. But I'll post a link in the description if you want to hear what they said, if you haven't heard it already. Listen, and I was saying this, Envy sounds like something personal happened behind the scenes, to either him or somebody that he's close to, and they were on the brunt of Kanye West's arrogance. Listen, Envy calling Kanye West a clown is like the pot calling the kettle black. Because DJ Envy has historically been lame and done lame shit all his career. Is a guy who, and I'm not going to go into it, but it's the same thing I was talking about with Kevin Samuels. Listen, I don't subscribe to black men tearing down other black men, especially if it's for something that happened behind the scenes. You know, if it's something publicly, it's still not, that's still inexcusable. Listen, Kanye West has historically done corny shit. It's just sometimes the corny shit that comes out, we're on the winning side of it. Like, you know, George Bush don't like black people. Yeah, that was some ignorant shit to say. But black people like, yeah, champion in it. But then he comes out and says slavery was a choice. And it's like, oh, what? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's historically said and done dumb shit and clown shit. His Envy has historically done lame shit, and is known for being a lame. And I'm not talking about finances, none of that, because none of that equates to just being a real individual. Yes, you can have all the money in the world, but like J. Cole said, it don't change the fact that you lame. You just a lame with money now. You know how to hustle a little bit. But in this situation, this is what I don't like about the Breakfast Club, and what a lot of people get turned off to and don't listen to it as much as they used to, is that they have bias, man. And I miss the old Charlamagne who didn't have bias, who gave shit to everybody, but now he cares about his relationships with people, and I understand he's growing and whatnot, but the bias towards Kanye West is evident between the both of them. And he was trying to play devil's advocate in that exchange, but his bias and his opinions and real feelings were seeping through that of how he feels about Kanye West. I don't know what Kanye West has done behind the scenes. I don't know Kanye West. The album, you know, I did a video on it. I was one of the first people to post a video when the album dropped. You go check that video out, by the way. We had like 20K views for that thing. But I told you I want to sit with the album. That's the problem with what we do with music nowadays. We listen to it one time and you think you can digest it and fully interpret it how it's supposed to be projected based off of one listening, one skim through. It's like Jay-Z said, do you fools listen to music or do you skim through it? You got to sit with music, especially with artists like Kanye who's into his artistry. Just sit with it a little bit. You know, like I said in my last video, I heard the Chronic 2001 for the first time and I hated it. Then I went back and listened and sat with it and analyzed it. And I'm like, yo, this album is a classic. It's the same thing. I'm not saying this album is a classic from Kanye West, but from my first listening to it, it seems like a setting album. You got to be in a particular setting. When I was listening to it and it was affecting me, I was driving and it was nighttime out. It was dark out. It was nobody out. It was early morning and it was just hitting. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this. So I'm not saying I don't know. I don't really have a review on it yet because I want to sit with it a little bit more. But from that setting, from what I was hearing, it hit a lot more than when I was coming from the Bills game the other day on a Sunday or a Saturday, and I'm drunk, you know, and just not really tuned into it. So that music does play, that settings do play a part in how music is projected and affects you. But back to DJ Envy. Envy. Sometimes when it comes to billionaires, you gotta shut the fuck up. Kanye West is a billionaire in your tax bracket. He probably got the power to get you shut down or shut the Breakfast Club down, but he probably choose not to, because he'll take his criticisms publicly. When he fucks up, he'll take his criticism publicly, and publicly he'll seem like he has a wish and desire to understand where you're coming from and change. Now, if it's behind the scenes, I don't know. He could be a complete asshole, and I'm pretty sure he is an asshole. He's an asshole publicly, so I'm pretty sure behind the scenes he's an asshole as well. But at the same time, I don't know what he's doing to these artists. I don't know if he's promising them something, but there's been a lot of Kanye West slander. And listen, you wouldn't do this to Jay-Z at all. And Jay-Z done had niggas fired. Jay-Z has done corny shit. He's known for snaking people behind the scenes. Look what he did to his partner, Dame Dash. But nobody comes or say nothing about Jay-Z. Kanye West never cheated on his wife, at least publicly that we know of. He just says and does dumb shit sometimes. He like the uncle that just got no filter. But people want to cancel him and do this and, oh, he's a clown and he wears clown. He's a clown. Listen, clown shoes aside, those clown shoes made him a billionaire. Envy, a billionaire. Stop it. Don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Like, stop. Because you wouldn't say this to Kanye face. You wouldn't say this to Pusha face. Because when you got into the situation with Deezus and Mero, you could barely look them in the eye. When DJ Drama came up there, you could barely look him in his eye. When Chris Rock came up there, you could barely look him in his eye. Or I think you might have went in another room or didn't want to be present and being sensitive instead of just coming man to man and addressing the problem. You have a little pissy fit. Like, you lame, bro. Like, stop that shit, man. And I'm not advocating for Kanye West at all. Like I said, he do lame shit as well. But this is supposed to be journalism. No matter the Breakfast Club don't consider that they're a radio station. What they're doing is journalism. There shouldn't be no bias. If the assignment is to listen to the album to give your opinion on it, that's what you should do. You're a DJ. You have to be abreast to any type of music. Biases or differences aside, no matter how you feel about the artist. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Post your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe. The Breakfast Club, y'all gotta start doing better, man. Y'all losing a lot of listeners and followers because of this bias, and I'm glad y'all maintain or sustain the test of time, because it's a lot of people who said you wouldn't be here, who aren't here anymore. At least not collectively. Rory and Maul being one of them. They said the Breakfast Club was out of there. Look what happened to them. The Joe Budden podcast has separated. What was the other shit with Joe Budden in academics? You know, they thought they had a run against the Breakfast Club, and the Breakfast Club has outlasted a lot of them. But ultimately, the Breakfast Club run could be because I was a faithful Breakfast Club listener, and I don't listen as much as I used to no more, because I'm sick of the far left support that they have, the liberal fucking mindset that they have, and I'm tired of the bias. So you can't advocate people to vote for a certain party, and then try to throw that party under the bus when you were advocating people voting for that said party. Don't make sense. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, post your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I am the Black Abstract. Peace, love, and prosperity. 1.